Hello everyone, I'm Clark. Welcome back to Puka GT. It has been a minute. So that gap between Sunday and Wednesday when I normally host my streams is long enough, but this week unfortunately had to delay it an extra day, so 4-day gap in between streams. Feels like a long time. I know it's probably only a blink for those of you not watching, but I am feeling rusty in terms of hosting this stream and rusty in terms of racing in Gran Turismo, because I have yet to have a single online race this week. So we're going to have to see how tonight goes for me. Just to kick off, just want to give a quick celebration and shout out to you all. We hit 100 subscribers during our stream last week, so that was fantastic. Thank you so much to all of you. Biggest milestone on the channel yet, and I'm so thankful and grateful to all of you who've watched and joined me on this journey so far, so thanks again. And we have some people in the chat. Wolfie, Jordy, welcome back, dude. Haven't heard from you in a while. How have you been getting on? And Oldham Gamehead, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the chat so early, guys. So, as I was saying, Rusty, we are back in Daily Race B tonight, though. I'm excited about that, because I was not enjoying Yas Marina Daily Race C last week. I liked the course, but my word, there was no minute to catch your breath between races. It was race, 2-minute gap, not even enough time to run to the toilet, back into race, back into race, back into race. I felt so burnt out at the end of each one. And I found myself at the end of sessions making silly mistakes, ended up conceding my B rank. It was hard fought. I kept it until late on Sunday, but unfortunately ended up dropping down. We're starting in a high kind of C position tonight now. And as far as I can tell, because I've been able to get like about 2 hours at quali time this week, I'm relatively competitive. I expect to at least be qualifying top half of the grid. So I'm going to dive in quite early tonight, test out my race pace, and then I might dive out and try and improve my quali, depending on where I'm appearing on the grid anyway. I'm in the meta. I'm in the WRX. Been quite enjoying it so far. It's fairly prone to oversteer, but overall I quite like the feel of the car. It's a bit like the BMW M6, which I've spent a lot of time in as well. So let's swap over to my main camera here. Before we dive in, I'm just going to quickly refresh this just in case anybody set any new quali times. You've had a lot of work the last few days there, Jordy, but now you're in for some races. Oh, glad to hear it, man. Yeah, I know. I even noticed earlier on in the week, I was kind of just doing 15 minutes a day, and I didn't see your name appear on the leaderboard at all. I was wondering if you were away on holidays or something. It's unlike you to be not setting some immediate fastest times. And it's particularly unlike you to ever be trailing behind me in the quali time, so I expect that to change over the course of tonight. Both of yous, Oldham Gamehead and Wolfie. So as we can see, we've got Peterson again leading the charts. He's been slowly chipping away at that for a while now. Took him a day or two to get under 130, and he's been taking about a 10th off it every day since. We got number 9 Charlie there in second, fellow Irishman, also very fast. Also got promoted up to A rank for the first time this week, so congratulations on that one, Charlie. Hugo not too far behind him, Baboons trailing, and then me about 2/10 down on Baboons, with Oldham Gamehead, Wolfie, and a bunch of others hot on my heels. Luke has been fairly absent this week. There was once a point, I think on Tuesday, where there was only 1,000th between us, but I managed to get back in and set a much better time. As for myself, haven't really had quite a lot of time at it this week. I reckon there's still another half a second in there for me to find. I've had a few quali laps now where I've been up and then I've just made a mistake halfway through and lost the time, but I know there's about half a second there for me still to find if I run a strong lap. And you were fighting that Subaru today. Yeah, I hear you. It's twitchy. She's a cruel mistress, but I do like it. I'm curious about the brake balance going into a race now, because I've been running it at +5 in the quali, but I think I might need to dip that down a bit. If I find myself spinning out a bit tonight, I'm going to bring it down to +3 and see where we go from there. And just before I jump into this first race, I just need to open a window because it is hot as in here. Give me one sec. You own one as well. What are you driving? An Impreza? Let's see. Yeah, my new sub counter seems to be working there. Set my new goal for 250. My big goal, like the big one that I'm hoping for, is 500 subs. And if I could get to there within my first 6 months, that will be dream come true kind of stuff. At that point, I can start investing maybe even a bit more time into the channel and trying to grow it further. Because we're still in this very early days kind of experimentation phase of it all, so need to see what we can do to grow it a bit more, get more people involved. Oh, nice. Legacy 2004. I drive something very unexciting myself. I'll let you have a guess at what it is. I'm a family man without much money, and fuel economy is a big part of it, so that's all the hints you're getting. Alright, let's just take a quick spin here. So I've no idea where my race pace is going to stack up here at all. I'm expecting one or two kind of ugly races to start here where I probably will end up spinning out. Not being sure where to be defensive, where to expect kind of being rear-ended from. But we'll see how we go. It's the beauty of Daily Race B. The races are so rapid fire that even if one goes badly, you're back in the next in no time at all, so no pressure. Oh, one interesting thing that I'm trying tonight is I have lowered the force required on my brake pedal by almost half. I had it at 50%, it's now down to 30. And partly because I was getting cramps in my knees. I'm old, I run a lot, so just to potentially kind of avoid any issues before they start. But I also have been following Peterson's laps a lot, and he's a lot more on-off with the brake than I am. For me, there's a lot more trailing involved, and I reckon it's to do with the amount of strain involved in actually pressing the brake. So I'm going to run it a little lighter today and see how I get on. Oh, pole position. Wasn't expecting that, but that's welcome. And how much do we have it by? Not much. So there's about the top 8 positions are kind of within half a second of us. So I would say we can expect to be qualifying anywhere in the top 8 positions tonight. It can't be as unexciting as what you drive. Yeah, it's... Uh-oh. Oh, my message didn't send. Are we still okay, though? Thought I got disconnected from the race. Welcome back, Joe. Thanks for joining the chat again, bud. Are you racing now, Jordy? Oh, even your alt is probably still in B, isn't it? Cheers. How about yourself, Joe? Are you racing? Alright, let's start with +5 here and see how we get on. Just going to be taking it very steady this first race now. 5 laps. Main goal here is to not spin out and finish top 8. But you know, first race since Sunday and first race on this track in daily races ever, so I've really very little idea what to expect here. You're on your alt and you're in B. Gotta get that demotion happening, buddy. It's more likely than me getting promoted. Alright, no idea where to brake here. Alright. I was a bit worried about turn 1 there. That was me being way too heavy on the brake there. The sensitivity being down, as I had mentioned. Oh, looks like second place had an incident there. We got first place back. That's fortuitous. Okay, just need to avoid a panel here. A GT Racer 44 with way more pace than us there. We were too conservative. We'll take the inside here. Just need to make sure we don't hurt him. Oh no, was that a penalty? Might have been. I think I got away with it. I was lucky. Lost the rear. A bit too wide there. I'm not trying to battle parry here, I'm just holding my line. It's not a purple I saw. Purple car going past me anyway. Let's drop him back. Having a look at the inside. Does he have it? Not quite. That there. Good clean racing. Oh, penalty. Can't get that place back yet. No! I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. You deserved it. At least we got a place back for free, but With Para there, I'm not 100% sure what happened. I think maybe just because I was in his slipstream, I overbroke, or maybe... Or sorry, I didn't brake in enough time, but he slowed down a lot slower than I was expecting. On the bright side, it looks like it didn't affect his race too much. He's there in second. Oh, quite a few penalties ahead. It's on. Final lap. See if we can get back here. This will be tight. Ah, he has it. Ah, well. Okay, not terrible. If it wasn't for that 2-second penalty, I probably would have found myself a little further up the grid, maybe even a top 5. So yeah, not bad. Need to take a look at that, see where I went wrong there. Not playing this evening, just putting the kiddos to bed, so taking it easy. Yeah, I hear you. I'm actually... The success of the stream tonight is very, very much so pending on whether my son chooses to remain asleep or not. My wife and my daughter flew out to Finland today to visit some family over there, and I'm left alone with the 2.5-year-old he's down right now, he's quiet, so fingers crossed. Got no reinforcements to help me with him tonight if he kicks off midstream, so hopefully we'll be okay. Para and Paro. Interesting. 8th place losing driver rank. Also interesting. An Oldham game head. I have a photo of my car on Instagram. My 2 kids sat on the bonnet. Great photo. Good stuff. Worst car ever, Jordy? The WRX? Or the family car that you assume I have? Yes, Joe, I do. I have the just the basic Fanatec Load cell pedal, but you might notice if you... I know it's quite small in the bottom there. You might notice that there's kind of like green elastomers on it. They're custom ones that I got from a company called 3D Wrap. They're an Italian 3D printing company that makes sim racing accessories. They're good. They add a little bit of travel that wasn't on it there before. I originally modified it because although I wanted a load cell, I was originally on a cockpit that was just a fold up kind of stand, and I found that every time I was braking, I was kicking the wheel and the pedal away from myself, so I needed to kind of actually lighten the travel on it a tiny bit to make it functional. And I've just kind of gotten used to it now ever since I got this other cockpit. Because I know some people who have load cells, they swear by the fact that it should be just like pressing against a brick wall, but I've never liked that. I like a little bit of movement in it. The WRX in the game, yeah. Yeah, and as I mentioned at the start of tonight, I've turned down the sensitivity of the load cell as well. It was requiring 50%, it's now only requiring 30% of the total force possible. Like the total force possible I think is up at about 100 kilograms. It's nuts. Like it would probably break this cockpit in half before I'd be able to do it. So let's see, just when I was chasing Power, well, Power started all the way down in 7th. It's a decent crawl up the grid they have. Okay. So I actually broke a good bit earlier there. I would normally brake when the 100 board hits the top of my mirror. And you can see there already some brake input is already registering. I think what happened to Para is if you look at how many tires they have on the curb, I wonder if that affected their braking and they started it earlier or something. I really did try to pull to the right, but then they turned at the same time. Which you can see I'm just full on the brake. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I'd avoid that in the future. Like, I broke early. There's power braking. About the same spot I was actually, to be fair. 28. It's just they weren't carrying as much speed going into the corner for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, really, yeah, that's just unfortunate. I thought I was far enough behind them. If I'm ever close enough to somebody going into a big corner, I'll either hang back further or I'll take a different line on the inside, but I really don't know if I'd approach that a whole lot different going forward. It's just unfortunate. How are we getting on? Did you have a race there, Jordy? Alright, let's actually try to get some quali laps in. Yeah, because I had the slipstream. Yeah, point taken, but even with the slipstream, it's why I broke earlier. Like, I broke a good 30 meters earlier than I normally would have. Finished 14th or so. Are you're racing in Red Bull Ring as well, are you? To trail brake a bit on that one. A little tighter on that first curb. I think I might be turning in a bit too early there. I'll do a session with the Ghosts after this next race. too much wheel spin. Oh, yeah. I suppose they're due an appearance. They were busy with their testing today, but I did fly them back in just for tonight. So here you go.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Thanks, lads. I know you're busy this week. Appreciate you flying in for that. Yeah. To be honest, Joe, I wouldn't recommend it while you're still on a wheel stand. Like, unless you can press your wheel stand against something very sturdy, like your skirting board or something, I think you'll have a rough time with it. Like, I was getting worried that I was actually going to break or damage my wheel because I'd find it every time I was braking, I was pulling the wheel and the wheelbase towards myself. That, and I also hated it at first. I hated the load cell at first. I've gotten used to it now, but like, my lap times were suffering for a long time, like at least 2 or 3 weeks while I was getting used to it. I'd be curious what it would feel like to go back to just a more potentiometer kind of based braking pedal now, after being on the load cell for, I think I've been on it for about 5 months now. Going for the Lancer. I think I saw a top, maybe not a top 10 time, but yeah, 1 or 2 of the top times are in the Lancer, I think. Like, kind of top 20, top 30-ish, I think I saw a few up there. Okay. So I have no pole position to lean on this time. I'm gonna have to be a bit more solid. One big learning curve when you spend your time in quali and you go into races again is knowing how much speed to hit the first corner at based on where you start in the grid. It's something that always takes me a while to get used to. Rocking my new custom PlayStation Puka GT livery today. I really need to... Oh, I think Benny was opting to drop back there. Really need to stop wasting as much time with livery design every week. It's time I could be spend learning tracks. But I find myself spending about 2-3 hours a week messing around with the livery and decals kind of editor. A graphic designer at heart, can't help myself. Little late in the braking there. Bit of a battle there, is there? Looks like the elbows are out. See if we got a penalty for that. Was he forced out? I didn't really see what happened to him. Yep. A little clumsy. Let's see what he does here. Oh, we got somebody ghosting in on top of us here. That was the panicked, oh my god, I'm about to rear end somebody noise. Keep it in, keep it in. Serious bit of understeer there, just didn't get the angle on that corner at all, completely missed the apex. Letting them through. I find that corner there to be the most treacherous. It's the one where I find myself having the most amount of spin outs. It's the camber of that curb. Whoop. Oh dear. went into the back of me, lost his own car, and then I think took somebody else out. Take a look at that one after. Exact same spot I rear-ended your man in the last race. Oh, nicely done. Oh, we got a penalty. We got fourth. Alright, we got fourth. Did somebody drop out late race? I think they must have. You got round off the track. That sucks. Hey Luke, how you getting on, man? It's been a while. Bloody 15th. Oh, geez, sorry to hear, man. I'm beginning to think that I never want to go back to B. I'm actually quite enjoying these easier daily race B kind of leisurely drives. Yeah, I'm just cruising by based on incidents here. It was Beleva. I think Beleva might have been the person who had more pace than us and then spun out just behind us, if I remember right. And we have Vlasov racing again. I can tell you this is a much better start to tonight than I was expecting. Like, I'm lacking race pace, but I'm not ruining my own races either. So that in itself is a win for now. I'm doing good. Yeah, busy enough week. My wife flew off to Finland today. She took the daughter with her. They're over there for the week visiting family, and I'm alone at home with the 2.5-year-old. But yeah, it's good. Take him to the zoo, I think, over the weekend. Should be good fun. Let's see. I'm severely lacking in race pace though. Like, I'm not catching anyone. I'm just... like, the only reason I'm holding positions at all is because of incidents. But people from behind are catching me quite quickly. So we definitely need to warm up into this a bit more. Battle with them. Not so much a battle, as in I was just holding the line, but yeah, so he had a small one there. And he lost, oh, and just an unfortunate dip of his rear into the other way. It's such a shame. I probably threw him off a bit, because I'd say I was probably quite early on the brake there. I was doing it kind of almost with the intention of like just trying to be safe and not have my race ruined, but I ended up probably causing that incident. Like, let's see, where was that? Look at me, I think am I braking at the 150 there? Jeez, I am at all. So I was just being hyper conservative, hugging this side, assuming Beleva was going to try get a move done on the inside there. But I probably caught him off guard, which is what led to that. Caused him to go wide, spin, tip the other way. Unfortunate. But yeah, what happened to Ed? Because we got another position for free. This guy here, Rodaric, I think he just jumped out of the race then, did he? Yeah. bad for this Bavaria Classic guy. Just got a penalty going around us at the end there. So we got it here. Just pushed a little too hard. It's a shame, it was a good move otherwise. Okay. How'd the Lancer go for you there, Jordy? Yep. Let's get a ghost this time. Less slidey and good pace. Nice. Definitely braking earlier than me there. Just about avoided wheel spin there. Too wide. A bit slow. Improvement here so far. A bit of time to find on this one. Too wide on the final one. Ah, it's a shame. Better though. So much of the lap is just determined by that bounce on turn 1. Still haven't fully figured it out yet. Yeah, obvious man. Just experimenting. See, the lap was almost done. Okay. More competitive. There's our bud Para. Anyone else we recognize? W Watt. I think that's it. A lot of fresh names. Ah, cool. Thanks for joining. GT Frost then. Thanks for joining the chat, man. Good to meet you. I don't think you'll have much to worry about from me. This is only my 3rd or 4th race of the week, and I don't have much race pace. I have more quali pace than race, so I think you'll probably find yourself pulling ahead quite nicely here at the start, so best of luck to you. Seriously good quali time for me as well, under 1:30. Be flying up to B rank in no time with a pace like that. Ah yeah, good man. A lot of people in the chat are still on controller too, actually. I still play the odd bit in controller. Single player anyway. Sometimes it's nice to just laze on the couch with it. And I don't find a crazy pace difference. Little bit. I'm normally within about a second though. Oh, I went way too wide there. Alright, you're away, GT Frost. Best of luck, man. Is there our buddy Para? A good bit earlier this time. Abstel took good advantage of that. A little shove there. Spark plug Steve. No choice but to go wide there. Old spark plug ahead was hugging the inside. And we are neck and neck with the Polish chap. think I might be braking a bit too late there. I keep missing the apex and I notice that I'm getting uncomfortably close to the cars ahead of me. Just about holding on to 7th here. Oh, that is a dive bomb and a half. Made a stick at least. Didn't take me out. Good move. It's gone wide. Whoa! Sorry, bud. That's what we do. Take a look at the replay on that one, but that fairly certain that was entirely my fault and ruined their race there. So the least I can do is wait for them and give them one place back. That's just one of those. I trusted them to have a bit more pace than me through that corner, and I was surprised to meet them at it. I wasn't going for a move at all. I just went into the corner as I normally would, thinking that they were flying ahead of me, only to meet them there. He had a little bit of wheel spin there. GT Frost looks like he's sitting pretty at the front, fastest lap and all. Good job, man. Okay. Let's apologize to I'm terrible at pronouncing Polish names. Don't even want to attempt butchering it. Just call him Polish L for now. And GT Frost, well done, man. Yeah, great job, man. I called it. You were gone by turn 1. I went quite wide into it, dropped down to 4th almost immediately. And yeah, it was having some nice mid-table battles there, but let's take a look at this. I'm curious to get everybody in the chat's opinion on this, what you do in the same scenario. So I wasn't even going for a move. The guy had been faster than me for a lap or 2 already, had finally gotten the move done. We're going into turn 1, and I just went into it a fair bit behind them, not expecting to meet them, and unfortunately made a bit of contact, spun them out, and then at that point I was like, look, my fault, pulling the brakes here, give them the place back, even though it meant ruining my own race. Would you guys do the same in this scenario? Am I being too kind here, or would you do the same? Okay, so we'll go back a lap. Done at that point. I was just waiting for him to recover. Okay, you're on your alt account. Yeah, I've one of those two. Both of them are in C right now. You'd have done the same, Jordy. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. It's just unfortunate. He had been so much faster than me for 2 laps already, and I just was not expecting to meet him here at the corner. But like I'd lost control of it at that point because I was going over the bump. I had no opportunity to prevent myself from crashing into him. It's unfortunate. Again, it's one of those incident ones where I don't know if, even with hindsight, if I'd have done that a whole lot differently. It's like you don't want to be hanging miles back from someone, like you'll never catch up to them if you do that. I just figured to myself, I'm behind him, I've broken early. I assumed he was going to take the racing line as well, he went a bit wide. Yeah. Check your speed. I think you could improve. What's your do you have a quali time on your main account? Yeah, that's some pretty decent race pace. 1:37.7. I don't think I'm getting under 1:33s yet in a race. Now I've only had 4 races so far. But yeah, I seem to be around the mid 1:33. I'm avoiding pushing for the moment because I'm still prone to spinning out actually. So I'm getting used to the track and the car. Pressed the wrong button there. Apologies. And main cam. And where are they gonna be? There we go.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
I see a new message there from someone, Kuhar338. Thanks for joining the chat, man. Race incident. Yeah, it happens. I still stand by giving the place back. I like completely my fault, but just unfortunate. Again, don't know how I'd really change it. You don't have the quality time for now in your main GT Frost. If you can do nice time. See you on the track. Good stuff. So cringe, but I love it. What, my racing or the barbershop quartet? Both. Oh yeah, you've been gone a while, Jordy. You haven't met the barbershop quartet before, have you? I've been wrecking everyone's heads with it for a couple streams now. Everyone thought they'd get a break from it today, you know, with the F1 pre-season testing started, but I flew the lads in. I'd never spare expense on this stream, you know me. Yeah, both. Knew it. Yeah, Max and Alonso have actually been living in my attic for the last 2-3 weeks. We're working on a whole album together. I've been playing guitar for them. They're not paying rent though. Should ask them. I'm sure they're good for it, like. There. Ooh, slippy curb. Because I don't have a basement. Short answer to that question. Never thought about that before, but I can't think of an Irish house that I've been in that has a basement. Well, given the amount of flooding we've had in my country over the last month, I would say the lack of basements is a very big positive right now. Back to the game. Not a big fan of GR3 at Red Bull Ring. I quite like it so far. It's my first time doing it daily race C, and I had a couple of private lobby races at it before with one of my old mates from work and quite liked it. Not sure how I feel about turn 1 though, mind you. Ah, I see we have 3 new subscribers. The Barbershop Quartet are earning their weight in gold, finally. Ah, GT Frost again. Ah, Luke! Good man. I didn't know you were down in C. Again, yeah. Luke, when did you drop down to C? You've been in B rank for a long time. Was it last week or this week? Alright, best of luck to you, Frost and Luke. Yeah, I don't know. Luke was still mid B rank last I checked on Sunday. You know what I think it is, Jordy? I think he missed me. He saw I got demoted and he was like, nah, I can't let Puka hang out down there in C rank by himself. He's a true friend. Ah, Peterson, how you doing, man? Good to see you again. I take it you're racing tonight? Let's try to stick with our buddy Frosty here for a while, see if we get on. Didn't straighten up fast enough there, which is why we got Deddy K right on our arse. Nope. Oh, dude, that's not cool. Pit maneuvered me. Oop. Jeez, I thought he was ghosted. I think we made contact. Well, this is the ideal start. Scrubbing the dirt off the tires there. I was actually expecting a bit more of that at this course than I've experienced so far tonight. Definitely take a look at the replay on that one. I don't know why it was necessary because it felt like they even had space even though they were right in our arse. Just a bit of careless driving, I think. I don't think there was anyone chasing from behind them either, so... not to worry, you just... use this as a chance now to get used to our race pace again. Oh, you can see what I did there. my perfect race ruined by a half-second penalty. Whatever shall I do? Thanks, Joe. Yeah. Peterson, no, I don't think you jinxed it. Thanks for offering your head in the chopping block. I 100% blame Luke for this. Now, I know he might not be listening, but and he was like 5 or 6 places down the grid, but somehow, deep down, I know this is his fault. So if you want to send him abuse in the chat there, please feel free to. I think he was just sending bad vibes from the back of the grid. How dare he indeed. Nice Sunday drive. Friend GT Frost got second again, and unfortunately the chap who took us out got second. And they say crime doesn't pay. Now, if I could do that race again, the only thing I'd change would be finishing in 15th and Luke, Greasy Monkey, finishing in 16th. I would have been really happy with that result. Yeah, I'll show you the replay. I got fairly badly rear-ended, pit maneuvered even. Was it first lap? It's quite early on, and it was just, race was completely over after that point. Now, Greasy Monkey Luke was nowhere near me, but I always tend to blame him in this scenario. No, I haven't improved my quality over the 30.3, but I definitely have a 129 in me. There's been a few quali laps I've had where I've been matching that kind of pace, been half a second up, and then just maybe faffed like the final two corners. So I haven't had a huge amount of time for quali time today, but I reckon I'll get under 130 at some point tomorrow. So I'll have about an hour or two tomorrow to kind of work on my quali pace before I dive onto another stream. So let's see what happened. It was, I think it was Deddy K. He was, now he had a lot more pace than us. He was right on my arse there for the first lap. But yeah, he just went into the side of me, spun me, and then continued on. La-di-da, like nothing happened. So there he is. I think he just lost control of the car. Yeah, he had a snap of oversteer and his recovery, then he went into me and spun me out. Guarantee he's on a controller as well. You'd never recover from that in a wheel. Yeah, look at the red dot in the middle, the way it waves back and forth so quickly. It's one of the few advantages of playing on controller. I always say it, you're able to save from a spin a lot easier on a controller. But yeah, that was me done. Unfortunate. No hard feelings though. Luke, if you've tuned in since, I blame you. Now, I know you were 5 places behind on the grid at the time. It is your fault somehow. I don't know how, but it is. Oh, that was you. Was it Rider 39? Yeah, no bothers, dude. It happens. It happens. I've done it myself to people. Thanks for joining the chat, dude. Really, really appreciate it. It's always great to have new people on the chat. Now, particularly when it's something like that, when it's an accident and it's clearly an accident, I couldn't care less. You're grand, man. It's the only stuff that it really grinds my gears, and I haven't seen too much of it myself, is when somebody purposely takes you out. Number 9, Charlie, who's regularly on the chats with us here, was sharing some clips during the week, and he's up in high B rank, early A rank now. Couldn't believe some of the stuff some lads were doing to him. Like full on crashing full speed into the side of him, no effort to hit the brakes. Luke, you know what you did. I don't know how you did it, but you know what you did, Luke. You know what, Luke? Just for you, you're getting this. Yeah, how do you like that? Get him, fellas.
Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
You can't tell, I'm a bit sleep deprived and a little high in caffeine tonight, so I'm getting a bit goofy. And Oldham Gamehead, I see you improved your qualifier. Yeah, you did. Nice. You got 500s on me, buddy. I need to work on that now. Don't like this mid-table qualifier nonsense that I'm getting so accustomed to. You've been found out. What happened to you, Luke, anyway, with your driver rating? Did you drop back last week or this week? I thought I saw you up in the mid-B at Yas Marina on Sunday. This weekend, as in the weekend gone. Ugh. Really need to up my pace. There's half a second for free, even more. A bit earlier here. A little better. I need to be getting under 131 though. Overshot that. Oh well. Some bad races this week. Have you been here the whole time? Just in daily race B? I suppose you have to be. Daily race C I don't even think affects your driver rating this week. Tuner one. It's wide. You tried some Bay last night? Nice. We lost our friend Frosty. We got Steady K behind us again. Sparkplug Steve again. That Polish lad whose name I can't pronounce again. And Luke. Oh, not Luke. Luke, no bad vibes sent to the front this time, okay? I'll make you a deal. You don't send bad vibes to the front and I won't dox you. Is it a deal? Sagdans. Sagdans saying hi to us all. Without what? Without remorse, I bet. Without empathy. Humanity. Dignity. A lot of itties. Hey Ants, thanks for joining the chat, man. Best of luck. I'm not expecting to keep up with you here. My race pace isn't matching my quali pace at all. Give you a bump, Ants, if you're listening. I'm not going for a move at all. Oh, broke a bit too hard there. Someone on the inside. Nicely done. Oh, he went very wide there. But, oh, sorry. Did not mean to make contact, that was clumsy. I'm surprised he doesn't have a penalty to serve. It was really clumsy me going into the back of him there. Sorry about that, Royal Lives. Wheel spin there from our friend Daddy K. He was in the chat earlier to say hi. Go back to second. Oh no, way too wide there. Allowed Daddy K to catch us. Just held on, skin of our teeth. I think Daddy K might have been overly nice to us there. It's compensation for the mistake in the last race. That's very clearly out in front, good man. Okay, he's caught back up again. Man. Two purples in a row. I don't know if they're real or not. I think sometimes it gives you a purple preemptively in the second or third lap. Yeah, go for the move, dude. I had to give a little tap on the brake there to avoid Deddy up ahead. Just allowed Dave the Brave to catch up on us. Three wide going into this corner. It looks like we might be. Tempo's falling back a bit. That's good news. Whoa. So Dave, for some reason, cut in front of me there defensively at the last second and flashed his lights. Not sure if he's blaming me for that or not. Some space. A bit messy here at the end. Whoa, penalty served there, I think. No! Oh, I'm sorry, Lolo. They'll probably just give me a big penalty and they'll be alright. I think I'm braking later than most people on a lot of these turns. It's rare I go into the back of people so much, but it's happened to me a few times this evening. I need to be more careful. Oh, are you joking me? Insult to injury. Such a good race until this final lap. There goes Luke again. Look. Suspect number one. Oh. You know what you did, Luke. You know what you did. I'm 4 places behind. I warned you about the bad vibes. I did. Oh dear, oh dear. We had such a great start. Now 3 bum races in a row. Jeez, I'll hardly keep C at this rate. Thanks, Ants. Well done. It looks like you were very far ahead there, were you? Okay, every time Luke is in a race with me and I spin out, I'm going to send in the heavies to deal with him, and this is how we do it.
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, you're not laughing
Please
now,
like
Luke, are
and
you?
subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Thinking I'm gonna need to get like some, you know, West End theatre dance battle kind of thing going on. Yeah, I'm not actually 100% sure what led to that spin out. I think the curb might have unsettled the car first, and then I might have got a small nudge from behind it. Let's take a quick look. Not the heavies. About 4 sec. Unlucky. There are some guys that dive bomb from a mile away. Yeah, I don't know. Like, ultimately, the main reason I'm ending up with so many incidents today is because I am careless going into corners and I am lacking a bit of pace, so people are catching me. Like, if I'm starting in second, I should be just gone. Particularly if we got somebody like Ants, like 3.5 seconds up ahead. Like, ultimately, this is a pace issue more than anything else. But yeah, poor Lolo here as well. Now, he got out fine from this, as far as I could tell, and I just had a 2-second penalty. But, like, where am I braking? Like, I'm not carrying that much speed. Look, at the start line, I'm at 205, so I'm at about the same pace I'd be at quali. Like, I'm braking at just after the 150 there. Like, that's quite early. I'd normally brake at the 100. And even still, I'm making contact into the back of him. I wouldn't have thought the slip would do that much to me. I'm just not sure what the balance here is. I think I need to just take a separate line than people. Sacrifice my entry. Because that's the third time that's happened now. Yeah, that was just it. It was your man, frantic, and just went straight into the back of me. It's just careless driving, really. Like, it's one thing if you're both hitting the brakes at the same time, you misjudge it and you go in, but like, he'd slowed down and accelerated into me. I was having a great race until that point, but yeah, as I said, ultimately, if I'm driving better, I'm up the front of the grid, and I don't see drivers like that. So, on me, ultimately. Interesting, yeah. It's. I know that it's a more stable car, all right. I might actually try it before the end of the night, you know. You know what? I'll experiment. I'll go into the Porsche now. Because it's not like I'm having a great run in the WRX. Might even just be worth finding my feet in it. Where's my Porsche gone? Here it is. Mediums. Good stuff. I haven't actually even tried the Red Bull ring in the new Porsche yet. Curious to see how I get on with this. So let's see. No, not the heavies. Gary the Fishable, thanks for joining the chat, man. Could see some potential on lap 2. You just got to sort out that middle sector and work on your consistency. Yeah, no, that's just it. Like, my race pace is all over the place today. Like, I'm getting anything between 132 and 134, when really, like, I shouldn't be a full 2 seconds out from my quali time. But even my quali time, I wasn't getting under 131 there on any of the practices. More confident with it. Yeah, no, I quite like the Porsche. I've been racing in it pretty much solidly for the last 2 weeks, so we'll see how we get on. What brake bias are you running in advance? I'll probably go +3, you know. And Rick Temper T01, it was not the cleanest race from everyone. Yeah, no. To be expected though, like it happens. I haven't been the cleanest myself tonight. I've gone into the rear of at least 3 people on turn 1. Feels so much lighter, the Porsche, actually. Yeah, +3. That's what I'm gonna run as well. That felt very stable. Comparatively, anyway. It comes to a stop way faster as well. We lost the rear there. I'm back in the Porsche, the new Porsche, just on Ant's recommendation, just to see if I can find any more consistency with it. Could probably do with braking a little later and a little harder there, actually. Yeah. Yeah, true, Gary. Like, to be honest, this afternoon when I was on, I think I had 9 laps in a row that were under 131, all around the 130.8, but I find that never translates to race pace, because in a race, like, you need to brake earlier to not crash into the back of someone, or take a different line, you know. Let's pay attention to my heart rate, you can see it there as well. As long as I'm not in the 110s, it means I'm relatively cool. Porsche's too slow on the straights. Yeah, most likely is. I'm just curious. I'll probably swap back to the WRX after this. But I like trying out recommendations that people give me in the chat, and it's obviously working well for you, Ants. 131 on your alt. Jeez, nice. Luke, what are you doing? Are you following me race to race now? Gary the Fishable, you see, keeping my cool is easier said than done when I don't have Grease Monkey in 5th there. He has this little voodoo doll of me sitting in a Porsche 911 and he just keeps stabbing it with pins in between every race. You think I'm joking? Oh, we have another YouTuber down there in 11th, Burry36. Must remember to check him out after this. It's always good to run into other YouTubers around the same level. Collab, bro. Thanks for joining the chat, Gary the Fishable, and where'd you go? Ants, it's always great to have new people in the chat. Little community is starting to grow a bit, which is really nice to see. It's a relatively new channel. I've only been at this about 2 and a bit months. Started in early December. Royal Lives, I remember, was ahead of us a little bit last time and ended up going off track in lap 2 and I didn't see him again. Sparkplug Steve has been in a couple of races with us. A little later here and just throw it in. Thanks, Gary. How's the heart rate? Always tends to be a little bit higher when I'm starting on pole. I think I might have accidentally set my brake balance to 5 there. Might need to take a look at that. I did. Yeah, I felt the tires scrub a bit more than I was expecting there on one of the turns. Yeah, this feels a lot slower. Not sure if I'm happy with it. There's a penalty up ahead. I think Scott might be in the Porsche as well. I didn't take a good look at it. Ooh, it's getting spicy up ahead. Just narrowly dodged Scott there. I'm not sure where people are braking there or why I keep catching them like that. Just had to keep it in a straight line just to avoid crashing into him again. Atkinson, actually. I've had lots of races with him. Some nice clean racing from him there. Jeez, they're really wrestling those cars ahead of me. I think he's in the Ferrari, is he? And we've Luke behind us again. Classic Luke. Yeah, I like the feel of the Porsche, but it does feel slow. And I don't think the stability is worth it for me right now. Because it didn't feel like I was having problems handling the WRX. I just was racing a little slow, and as a result had people going into the back of me. And once that happens to you, it doesn't really matter too much what car you're in. Oh, Luke, you cheeky greasy monkey. You cheeky greasy monkey, Luke. Good man. Okay, go race that one. Yeah, just I like the Porsche. It just feels a bit too slow. Luke in it as well there, and Sabino. There's quite a few lads in the Porsche. I noticed Scott was in it earlier as well. To answer your question there, Rick Temper, that is Ants, yep. Oh yeah, Luke, yeah, this is what you get. Yeah, it's the remix version, Luke. It's Max wants words with you specifically. I need to run to the Jacks. Great race, Luke.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
we at? Yeah, Gary, I definitely am losing time there. Just didn't quite have the feel for it in the Porsche. I'll show you. I'll do a quick round lap now at a low pace just to show you what line I am typically going for. Not the big guys, lol. Paul, sorry, I didn't see you join the chat there. Thanks for joining in again, bud. Are you racing tonight? Gary, yeah. This one's for you, Gary, anyway. I'll show you what line I'm meant to be working with. Because sometimes what I mean to do versus what I end up doing are two very different things. So I'm going to call out my braking markers to you as I go through each turn here as well. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry, I picked the... Yeah, I'm back in the WRX here again now. So my braking balance, as you can see here, up at +5. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm putting my right wheels on the red and white curb, and I'm hitting the brake normally as the 100 board hits the rear view mirror. Cruising, coasting to just a bit before that, and going over the... I'm not actually doing this corner too tight because the camber is so big, and I find that the tighter you go, the more you hit the bump and lose the rear of the car. So I'll do it at a bit more speed here. And there's not much trailing going on with the brake here, it's a bit of an on-off job. So wheels on the right, brake there, down to second, coast like that, and hit the power again just as I kind of bounce off the curb. Typically with a bit more pace than that, but that's roughly the line and the markers I'm using. My braking point here is similar, I just don't put my tires on the curb. So just before it hits the 100, and then down to first, turn in, flick up to second, quick on the power. I find that the faster you straighten up the car there, the faster you get away. But you're actually better off being off the gas. This one just before the 100 again. And then actually a tiny bit of a trail on this one. I try to go on that curb, but I tend to miss it a bit. Now for this one here, just at that line with the 50, over it like that, wheels onto the curb. And try to get over that curb and then just flat out here. And then right wheels on the curb here, brake just before the marshal box, down to third, back on the gas up to fourth. I think I went out there. Yeah. Lost a bit of control of that one there. Alright, I'll actually try to go for it. Hot lap, first three corners look good to be honest in the last race most of the time. Alright, I'm actually gonna try for a proper lap here. We'll see how I do. So what am I at? Going over the line should be about 207. A little slow. Try to hit the curb here. Like a little earlier actually. Oh, I scrubbed the tires and spun. I think I might be braking a bit too hard there, actually. Not too hard on the power there. Yeah, I see Tidgney doing that, but like, even when I short shift to second and go hard down on the power, I feel like I lose more time than when I keep it in first. I think I'm just not carrying enough speed into the corner. But then if I don't carry enough, if I carry too much speed, I miss the apex. But yeah, I was watching Tidge's race guide video, and I know he has that short shift to third and just flat out going around it. But every time in while working on like a flow of quali laps, I'd always see that my delta would go down every time I did that. Feels like it, but you lose time on wheel spin. Yeah, I don't feel like I have a lot of wheel spin in turn 3. I'll give it a shot this time anyway. Fortunately, I have no delta to compare it to. Well. Ew. I'm pole again. I suppose because I'm falling down the C rank so deeply now, my time is just becoming more competitive. That's it, kids. If you want to win races, all you have to do is lose a bunch. Get demoted. But you know, I'm feeling very good about this race because I look down the list of drivers and I'm not seeing Greasy Monkey, so the curse is lifted. Come on, get that W. I'll be happy with a podium. Yeah, best of luck, Paul. Where are you sitting at the moment? Are you in C rank as well? Old pair of teeth. I remember meeting on the track a few times over the last few weeks. Eddie K, I've had tons of races with him tonight. He was in the chat for a little bit earlier as well. Hi C, good stuff. Thanks Gary. Thanks Paul, best of luck to you too, man. How's that heart rate? It always goes up when I start in pole. Feel like there's something to fight for, if you know what I mean. Maybe a bit too conservative there. It's alright. Contact. All right. Right short shift into 3 there. It might have been a bit slow on the throttle though. Kept it clean. Nice one, Eddie K. Whoa, okay. Broke a good bit earlier than me there. bit of a love tap there, but we held it. I get a little earlier on the throttle this time, see what happens for me. Not the fastest. Built up a bit of a gap to old pair of teeth, but DK has remained at about the same distance ahead of us. And 32.1, that's definitely my fastest race lap tonight. Taking 2/10 out of DK there. Alright, we'll try the short shift again. A bit wide there. To do a small lift there, I was heading wide. Oh, and the 131s, okay. It's also the cleanest air I've had in a race, but I know part of that is thanks to the fact that I've managed to build a gap to third position. Seven. Ooh. Little clumsy there. comfortable. Shifted down to second by accident there. It could have gone very badly. Okay. A real 166. Thanks for joining the chat, man. I haven't seen your name pop up yet. Turns 1, 2, and 3. You can use a lot more curb on the left to get a better angle in and get on throttle way sooner. Interesting. Yeah, I know on turn 1, everyone's putting their right tires on the curb, but on most of the ghost laps I've been following, like the shaft and all that, they actually keep their tires on the road for turns 2 and 3. So I've been copying that. Nice solid race. Yeah, it was good. The upshifting made a bit of a difference, but if you look closely, you'll notice that Grease Monkey, aka Luke, isn't in this race, and I honestly think that was the deciding factor. So, Luke, thanks for bowing out on this one. Really appreciate it. Paul, 4th for you, man. Oh, well done. You still don't like the feel of it. Well, I have to say, after being in the Porsche and jumping back to the WRX, that was a breath of fresh air for me there. Much prefer having the speed on the straights. Thanks for all the tips today, guys. Really appreciate it. I'm interested to, like, one thing was very, very clear about that whole thing. I had a lot more race pace. Like, that, I think that was one of the few overtakes I've ever had in a race. And I was getting consistent enough below 132, 131 5s-ish. Which is about a second, 2 seconds faster than I've been in previous races. Now, I was racing in traffic the other times, but definitely a solid improvement there. Swampy Infusion. Are you in the chat there, Swampy Infusion 2? By the way, guys, if you are new here and you're enjoying some of the chat banter, a lot of the people in the chat are in it already, but there is a link down to the Discord below where we got a small community and we organize kind of practice races for the daily races each week, the odd community event, and just more than anything else, just chat Gran Turismo. So if you're interested in joining our growing little community, Discord link is in the description down below. We got a good mix of drivers as well. We've no A pluses yet, but a good mix of A, B, and C rank drivers. And also, if you're so inclined, you can add me on PlayStation Network as well. It's always good to have people who tune into the channel add me on PlayStation Network so we can have a bit of competition going with the quali times each week. As you can see, I think I probably have about 20 of yous on here now. 23. But it's good. I recognize about 4 names in the YouTube chat that are on this top 10 board already today. Wow, 14 concurrent viewers. That's quite a high number. Thanks for joining, everyone. Okay, I'm going to try... I'm also going to load in the Ghost Lap so you can get an idea of what I had been trying to do in terms of lines, because I know some of you were suggesting getting more over the curbs there. Tires on here. So you're saying getting the curve for this one? I'll give it a shot. That feels a bit slower to me. I did go in a bit wider. But you can't go in tight to that curb because of the camber of it. Really unsettles the car. You need to be like a meter or two out from it. Try it here as well. There's some Tire scrubbing there. Yeah. Let's see, I'm just gonna follow directly behind the Ghost here in terms of their line and see where they're going. I know they definitely put the wheels in the curb for the first turn anyway, so you can see it here, they veer to the left. They even go a little further over than I do actually. Let's try that. Yeah. Sorry, some messages. Always handy to have a buddy in these races. Yeah, definitely. Personally, I rarely do sport mode anymore. I much prefer setting cool custom endurance races these days in the open lobbies. Ah, nice. What are you talking about, like 200 laps level, or? I don't know if I've ever done more than an hour-long race in this. It was one of the just one of the default races in it where you can do Spa for an hour with the mixed weather. I did it with the VR set on as well. It was very cool. Although the first time I did it, I was about 20 minutes into the race and I realized that I hadn't purchased intermediate or wets for the car I was in. So I had to start it again. Usually 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, that's a good time. I was in Daily Race C all of last week and it was about 27 minutes a race and I found it quite tough. Just particularly only because like I was streaming for about 2 to 4 hours at a time and I was only had like 2-minute breaks in between the races. That and you're paying attention to the chat, I just felt really burnt out at the end of it, so I'm quite happy to be back in Daily Race B this week and have time to shoot the shit with y'all and take my time a bit more. If you're ever looking for people to join your lobby races, feel free to throw messages into the Discord. I think we got about 13, 14 members in it now. Sure some of the lads will be interested in joining you. Fortunately, aside from weekly practice race with the people in the Discord, between that and my streaming, I don't really have a lot more time for other races anymore. I tend to stream about 3 evenings a week as it is. 1 evening a week practice. Between that and having 2 young kids, don't really get a lot more time for it, to be honest. Not pushing here, just taking a small mental break because I'm a car in. Yeah, 2.5 hours in now, so just taking a small mental break between races here. I think what I might do is I'll probably keep racing for about another 30-45 minutes and then I might actually spend the last half hour of the stream just maybe doing some quali, seeing if I can top my top time there. I know, we'll have to see. I'm running on fumes here, and now empty can of Monster. Been a bit of a long day. The last few dribbles of caffeine into me. Lots of new subscribers tonight. Thanks so much, everyone. If I count right, I think we have 7 new subscribers since I turned on the stream, which is massively appreciated. Thank you so much. Oh, nice. So you're I was just reading your message there, Gary. So you're really into the Really into the science of it all. I like that. Yeah, I don't really have much of a clue where to begin there. Like, it's only really from Daily Race C I'm starting to get a sense of like ×5 tire wear means this much on this track at this temp with softs, but like it's complete and utter going in blind for me and just running a race to kind of see how it goes. It's only really like after a week of racing in Daily Race C I might have a specific knowledge of that set of tires on that track, but wouldn't really know otherwise. Okay, let's see. Much lower down the pecking order this time, which is to be expected. It's always the way. You get a win and you kind of get grouped in with, or sorry, not a win, a podium, and you get grouped in with slightly better racers in the same rank as you. But yeah, let's see if I can keep that 131-ish pace, or 132-ish pace, whatever it was, and keep it up in traffic. Actually, that's what I'll be quite interested to see here now. DRB lobbies here are decent. Is that where your main account is? Are you up in... Oh no, you mentioned A rank. Are you? Did you get your alt up to DRB? Yeah, it's the more popular tracks in general. I find you're gonna have more competition for quali times. Are you still around, Jordy? Are you racing still? I haven't heard from you in a while. Just thinking, I haven't seen Hugo in a while as well. Nope, living their lives. Bit of contact. Oh, I missed my braking point so badly there. It was me just falling asleep at the wheel. Unfortunately, it tends to happen a bit more frequently at this time of the evening. Tired and make silly mistakes like that. Just cruise straight past the braking point. It was a good 50 meters past it before I realized. At least the pack isn't too far gone. Might still have some racing action left in this one. Did someone pit? What are you doing that for? Still in there. battle has allowed me to catch up a little bit. Got old pair of teeth who was sitting behind us in second, I think, in the last race. Oh no, I went wide. Did I get a penalty for that? How far gone was I? I think I got away with it. I was lucky. Whoa, that's a busy pack. Were they 4 wide there? I was wondering how long it would be until one of them went off. There's a 2.5 second penalty as well. And another one's gone wide. Patience pays off sometimes. Pretty old pair of teeth ahead. A lot of time when I'm there in that first corner. Jeez, did I just set a purple? That done. Very nearly lost it there on the curb. Bit of a skid there coming around that last corner, but look at that, under 132. Yeah, I'm definitely finding my race pace now. Old pair of teeth pushing there behind us and lost the rear for a moment. Getting out wide there. That'll do nicely for us. Nice. That was my favorite race of the evening now. solid recovery drive there. Obviously a silly mistake to kick it off, which took me down from 7th to 2nd last, but to pull back that many positions, I know a lot of them down to incident, but just even having the wherewithal to remain patient while that was happening, and then getting at least, what was it, just one overtake done, I was happy with. But the race pace was solid. I was under 132 for a few of those laps. Hugo, you're back, man. I was only just saying at the start of that race, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you getting on, dude? Nice recovery. Yeah, thanks, Gary. Yeah, it's funny, like, you can have a race where you come second and it's kind of a boring race. You're like, yeah, but like, get a lot more satisfaction from a race like that. Paul Curtis, carnage only takes one idiot to wipe half a field out. Yeah, absolutely. I run when I see drivers with the safety rating of D. I drive when I see drivers with the safety rating of D. Drive as quickly in the opposite direction as I can. It was one of my first weeks playing the daily races, but it was at Sardinia, and it was in the Red Bull Junior cars. My word, it was carnage, and the majority of the time you would end up with penalties yourself after someone would rear-end you. You go into turn 1, you'd get rear-ended and crash into 3 people in front of you because you were rear-ended, and get like a 7.5 second penalty and drop a driver rating every race. Like, I'm sure you have an appreciation watching me that I'm a relatively careful driver. I don't cause a lot of incidents. I went down from S to D that week without doing anything other than being a victim of people crashing into me. So, one race, 1 SOR rating. Sorry, Umair's Journey. Sorry, welcome to the chat, dude. I don't think I've seen you before. So you're saying I was SOR rating and one race took me down to almost B. Yeah, as I was saying, that one in Sardinia, that did happen to me. I dropped 2 ranks in a single race. It's just all about the amount of incidents that you're involved in a single race. And yeah, like, as I was saying, you can get hit by someone else, but if they launch you into somebody else as well, sometimes you can get stuck with the penalty too. Even if you just look at some of my shorts here on YouTube, I've called out a few unfair penalties I've seen before in the past where someone gets crashed into, domino effect into someone else, and they're the ones who end up with the penalty. Yeah, Paul, I think what happens there is they throw you in with the next rank up with the lower safety rating sometimes. And you also end up with these drivers who are coming first every race, but they can't get promoted because of their low safety rating. So they just float at the top of C, and unfortunately they're almost like a final boss that you have to pass to go up a rank. But yeah, I've noticed that too. You end up with this mix of low B rank drivers, high C rank drivers with shit safety ratings as you reach the top of C rank yourself. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. I've been pit maneuvered myself a few times tonight through turns 1 and 3. Penalty system tends to favor the person on the inside regarding the context of the situation. I didn't realize that. That's interesting. I'd be curious about that. So like, if you're, say you're in P1 and you are like half a car's width ahead of another driver and you swerve straight into them, I don't think you'd get a penalty for that. I actually think how it works is it favors the driver who is ahead position wise. I don't think it actually comes into inside or outside ever. But all that being said though, if you dive bomb someone and the person who was in first and you've suddenly gone ahead of them and they go into the side of you, they would end up with the penalty. So dive bombs would still be encouraged. But I don't think the penalty system is actually smart enough to pick up on inside or outside. Could be wrong though. I have no idea really. My point being, I don't even think the penalty system is advanced enough to know the difference between inside or outside going into a turn. Struggling to hit 130 on quali here. Any tips? Where's the most time lost usually? Actually, you know what we'll do? We have a little bit of time. There is one chap, part of the community, Peterson, young Norwegian lad, and he is the fastest time out of any of us. He's at 1:29.646. So we can take a look at his lap. I think he shared it with me during the week. He completely changed the way I tackle turn 1 anyway, because I had been trying to copy what the ghosts were doing and it just wasn't working for me. Currently 1315. Are you using the data logger? Like, that's always the best thing to do to see which turns are costing you the most time. Let's take a look at Peterson's lap here. Help me find him. There he is. Gallery. Okay, so here's his 1:29.646. Okay, I think you'll find his turn 1 very interesting, because if you look at any of the top split lads or Tidgeny, what they're telling you essentially is to upshift to third and hit the throttle before you hit the apex in turn 1, and almost every single time I did that I would end up spinning out. Whereas if you look at Peterson here, he had a ton more time, almost a second more than me on turn 1 here. And he's essentially coasting. He's just launching into the turn with way more speed and being really quick off the brake. So take a look at this here. You see it from the rear view. So he's hit the brakes there just before the 100. You see the lights came on there. It would have been roughly as the 100 board hit the top of his screen. And he's following, do you see the tire markings on the road? And he's already off the brake now at 135 kilometers coming off the curb and just coasts. And then he is just back on the gas there. He's still in second gear. And keeps it on the curb. So that completely changed my approach to turn 1. Let's see it again in fast motion. But he's 100% back on the throttle when he is. Let's see that again from... This is the view I normally watch it from. Because if you cut that curb too tight, you unsettle the car. Now, turn 2 here. Okay, you can see the brake lights are on there again just before the 100. And again, he's following the darkest part of the tire markings on the track. Brings it down to first. Doesn't short shift to third, noticeably. It's, for me, that turn, it's mostly about straightening up your car as quickly as you can and then getting fast on the throttle. Seems to make the biggest difference for me. Okay, where is he braking here, actually? I think I might skip the next race and go into do quali. I want to see if I can get under 130. Okay, so looking for the brake lights. There, okay. Okay, so yeah, he is actually braking a good bit earlier than me. I'm braking when the 100 board hits my rear view mirror. Whereas he is a bit back from that. It almost looks like as soon as that black part of the bollard hits the left side of his screen, if I was to guess. Could try that as a braking marker. keeps him in second. That's very interesting. And what's funny, if you watch his lap here, he can find time here because he's not very tight on these turns. He's decent on that one. But he could at least get 2 more tenths there by going over that curve. Could definitely use a bit more track there as well. So it just shows you just how strong those first few corners are for him. 29.6, that's nuts. It's one of my favorite things about like this YouTube community that we're starting to build, being able to share these kind of laps with each other, because like what the likes of like Sammy Snake and Rory Alexander and Tidney are doing, it's just alien to me. It's so different than what I'm capable of. I like to see somebody who's almost like in between that level and my own level, because it might give me like, oh, okay, he's not doing the corner like a superhuman, but he's still like a second and a half faster than me. How? Gives me like a more reasonable kind of benchmark to aim for, you know? This dude is a beast. This kid, he's only 17, he's turning 18 soon. He's only been playing Gran Turismo for about 2 months. He's on a controller, and I think he's only had, I think maybe 30 online races. I'll show you his stats here, it's nuts. He was in the chat earlier, I think he disappeared off though. He's very active in our Discord, link in the description if you ever want to catch up with him. Look at that, he's only had 25 races and he's already halfway up through B rank. Kid, he's heading straight for A+, I tell you. He is using traction control. He's using traction control 1. Which probably allows him to get down harder on the power a couple of times. Do you know, if it works, it works. I'm not going to lie, Jordy, after I was watching his laps, I tried traction control 1 myself to see if it made a difference, and it didn't. So I was like, okay, if it's not making a difference for me, there's no point in me starting to lean on it. I say this, sorry to those of you who watch more frequently, but I go on about this ad nauseum. I love the controller still. I think the game feels amazing on a controller. And I'll regularly, like particularly after a long day of work, just lounge on the couch and like play single player with the controller. It's just for the more serious kind of online racing where I want a result and like, you know, 2 tenths matters to me. I'll go to my wheel rig. But the thing is, I've been using a PlayStation controller for 30 years. I've only been driving for a couple of years, so like with an actual wheel. So I like this feels more natural to me than an actual real steering wheel does at this point. Gary the Fishable, no traction control is pretty much always faster though. Depends on your skill level, depends on your style of racing. If you take the best racers in the world, yes, no traction control is always faster. The level I'm at, I don't know. I really don't know. I think there are some people who would be faster with it. A lot of it is down to your style of racing and what you're used to. I've never played with traction control. Just because I got started on the F1 games and I just had this thing in my head of assists make the game less fun. But like when I first started playing Gran Turismo, I wasn't even using ABS, which was just bonkers. So, a certain amount of assists are good. You'll also notice I'm using corner markers. I only started doing that about a month ago, and it was based on watching one of Luke Nadaro's videos that he says if you're underneath A rank and you're looking to work on your corner exit speed, they serve as fairly good turn in and acceleration markers for you. So particularly while I'm just, yeah, trying to up my standard of driving, I'm going to leave them on for a while. Am I faster on controller? I'm not. I reckon I'm about, like on a course like this, Actually, you know what? I'll do an experiment. We got some time. Let's see what I can do on a controller here. So... Oh! Need to turn my wheel off. That could be dangerous. Nearly took the knee off myself there. Okay. So getting used to it. Haven't actually played it with controller in about a couple of weeks now, but oh, the shifting didn't go as well for me there. I was tapping on square to downshift, and I think I either missed the button or it didn't register it. So, did you see that there? If I was on the wheel, I 100% would have spun out there with the rear disappearing that much of me. It's way easier to recover that in a controller, but I think it's the only advantage of a controller. So like, look at that, I'm pushing so hard there. Like, I'm probably losing time, of course, but like, if I was on a wheel, I would be done for there. Oops. I can definitely hit the throttle harder on controller, and like, just to be sure, yeah, no traction control on, but like, you can smack the throttle and the car will start to spin, but you can recover it. But overall, I find it way harder to line up the steering. That's the big difference for me, to follow the racing line more closely. That's way easier on a wheel than a controller. Okay, I'm actually just gonna jump back over to the waiting room for the next race so I don't miss it. How do you turn those markers on? I'll show you now. Nice. Jeez, I don't even know how that's possible with automatic gears. I was having a private lobby session with one of my best mates the other day who recently got like a very similar setup to myself, like a Fanatec DD+. And he was racing with the automatic gears. He went off track at one point. He was like, how do I reverse? I was like, I actually have no idea. But like, I was there trying to give him advice about, yeah, look, you want to be in second for this one, upshift to third, like, and just to not have the option to do that. I would have thought it's actually, like, yeah, it's quite a flex. I would imagine it's more difficult to reach driver rank A in automatic than it probably is in manual. And sorry, just Umair's journey, just to answer your question, you go into assist settings, driving line assistance, and it's the same place where you have the driving line, but just corner indicators. Those give you those little yellow pins on the apex. Okay, turn my wheel back on. Ooh. Huh. My throttle isn't working. Look at that, you can see my foot. Boot it off and start it again. That hasn't happened before. The brake was working. We're back. That was a little worrying. I mentioned it at the start of the stream, but one big difference tonight is for the first time in months I've actually changed the settings on my Fanatec setup, just specifically on the brake pedal. I am running it at only half the force requirement that I had it at before. It's partly to do with the fact that my knee was starting to cramp up a bit, so I reduced the force a bit, but I also think it will help me with trailing off the brake, because I was noticing in the data logger I was trailing off the brake way more slowly than people who were faster than me, and I think that was partly a side effect of how hard I had to push. But I'm experimenting with it tonight, we'll see how it goes. I haven't noticed a big difference in either direction yet in terms of race pace, but my knee definitely feels a lot better, so that's good. I do a lot of distance running outside of this, and I'm getting a bit older and my meniscus is in tatters, so I'm going to make sure I'm able to do this into my old age. Too wide there. We got a penalty for that. Yeah. Actually, what am I doing? I want to race with the Ghost. You found more pace, the 911. What sort of lap times are you setting now? Yeah, I hear you, Gary. Dry mouth as well. I'm turning 40 this year. Not looking forward to it at all. My wife actually refers to all of this stuff in the streaming as my premature midlife crisis, so there you go. So the final turn before the straight finish, shifting to third and fourth is quicker. That's what Tidgeny was doing anyway. And I've been like mostly following a mix of his race guide and copying a bit of what Peterson was doing. Wolfie, if you're still in the chat and you're up to setting your normal times again, please share your lap with me. I'd like to take a look at it. You may notice Wolf Jordy Smith in the chat there. He's one of our regular pace setters for the week. I think he's busy racing at the minute though. Really trying to push there. See if I can find extra time. I think turn 1 is overall where I'm losing the most amount of time. Oh, you're here. Great. With the WRX, you got it down to 135 0.04. Oh, nice. You're so close to being under 130. Looking forward to the midlife crisis. Looking forward to the excuse of it. I hear you. I think for me the most shocking getting older thing was when I was around 27 and hangovers really started to hurt. I noticed that was the first kind of old man sort of feelings that I ever had. I need to brake earlier there. Sorry, I forgot about that one. I think I need to brake a little earlier with each of them. Each of the, not the turn 1, but turns 2 and 3. Let's try around here. Yeah, that's definitely right. I'm going to keep it in second as well. Earlier this time. Okay, a little earlier this time and I'll keep it in second. I need a bit more brake. Too wide. Not great either way. It's bad out here. Trail a little more. Again, keep it in second. Yeah, that's a good bit of time. Look at that. Huge amount of time there. Oh no, I went wide. Undid a lot of the good work at the end of that lap there, but overall That was pretty decent. Boring old farts, absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way. Ah, Ants, we're back in the same race. Umar's journey, I have no idea. It seems like the penalties are really inconsistent there, but I'm fairly sure they have all 4 tires in the red at one point. Umar's journey, haven't drank in 2.5 years either. It makes a massive difference. Almost 42. Yeah, I haven't had a drink since September, and it's the longest in my adult life I've ever been off it. And I'm weighing up if I'm ever going to have a drink again. I think I probably will. Like, we're making plans for my 40th at the moment, and I think I'd like to partake, but I don't want to get back into a habit of doing it regularly again. Like, figure out a way of, I only have it on holidays, or maybe at Christmas every year and just leave it at that, but it's a slippery slope. Drunk every weekend up to 28 and now 32. I haven't had a drink since June of last year. Jeez, Gary, good going, man. It stands to you. Like, for me, one of the biggest things was like I just started drinking less and less after I had kids. Just I tell you, having a hangover and trying to parent a toddler is not a good combination. Yeah, I never had a problem with alcohol either. It was just more of a general health benefits of not doing it are really becoming apparent the longer I'm off it. I suffer quite a bit with eczema, like dry skin around my eyes and stuff, and it just stopped after I stopped drinking. I never associated alcohol with it, but it does cause you to be inflamed, so it makes sense. Something I had never thought of before. Probably too slow around that corner. Sorry about that, Angelilo. Whoa, lots of wheel spin there. I set my brake balance, didn't I? I did. Stopped in front. Whoa. I don't think he deserved a penalty for that, but whatevs. Oh, quite aggressive from Amiibo there on the French lad beside him. Jeez, this is a hostile race. Did you see that? Whoa! No need for that. Tell you, Ants, you did well to get out clear of this lot. track numbers. Didn't notice. Take care, Amir's Journey. Thanks for joining, dude. I see your message there, Wolfie. I'll take a look right after the race. Looking forward to it. The wolf is back. If you have a best lap replay for me, please share. That's probably a penalty. You shared it. Nice one, Jordy. I'll check it out right after this. What did you do? Can you tell me in the chat, or you want to hold for suspense? Took you 2 laps. Jerry. Close. Just when we needed one more lap of it. Oh well. Yeah, and you did well to get out ahead of that one. That was one of the most chaotic first laps I'd seen all night. You're not going to say a thing. Okay, Jordy. It took you two whole laps. Jeez, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to put you out. So let's take a look at our humble little leaderboard. Is the wolf back? He's back. It's 129.6. Nice. So Wolfie here isn't on a controller, he is on the Thrustmaster T300. Oh sorry, not escapes. It's your alt. Where are you? There's your alt. There you are. Okay, let's take a look. You're back in B. Nice one, Ants. Oh, and you did it in the Puka livery too. Thanks, Wolfie. Appreciate it. Return of the King. So let's see what we're doing. What are we doing with the throttle there? Okay, so you edge onto it right as you hit the apex. Cool. Shift to second, okay, nice. Keep it in second too. Okay. Then to second here. Okay. Only for a second. A split second, right? I'm guessing that's where you're thinking you can get time then. Just going tighter on that curb. Okay. You weren't onto third, onto fourth there until you were on the curb. Interesting. Second up to there. Okay, interesting. Yeah, just ultimately you're just mad aggro on the throttle, which is really giving you the pace that I just don't have at the moment. Nice one, dude. Funny, it's very similar to Peterson's lap actually. The big difference would be turn one. How you both do that one. He coasts way more. Curious to see that lap one incident. See this, Ants? You probably missed a lot of the chaos there. Angelillo had rear-ended me pretty badly at that point already. You can see our rear damage. Look at you, remember this. And then there was a big battle between Ambi and Emu. So, I didn't even see who took me out in the end. I think it was Ambi. I know he gets taken out himself here, but I think it was as he was re-entering. Yeah, he was. He got taken out as well. Jeez, look at that. Mental. Counted 3 of us there just being taken out in that one section. Yeah, well, there you go, that's how. It pays to be up front. Again. Back up there where you belong, Wolfie. And all is right with the world again. Hugo, are you still around? I saw you say hi there a while ago. Haven't heard from you otherwise. Ooh, let's not do that. Alright, this next race is definitely going to have to be my last one. It's getting a bit late here. As much fun as I'm having with you tonight. So nice to be back in Daily Race B again and just to have time to shoot the breeze. I don't know how you're hitting any throttle before that apex, Wolfie. Oh, you're playing Minecraft, nice. I was playing that with my daughter the other day, and it's the first I played any of it in years, really. Although I also got that game, Portal Knights. So I'm not sure if you ever tried that. It's a bit of a Minecraft clone. We were playing a lot more of that one recently. I really enjoy it. Anybody else in the chat playing anything else interesting recently? I'm looking for a big RPG to sink my teeth into at the moment, but nothing's really appealing. I've been eyeing up Neo 3, but I've only ever played bits of the first one. Oh, I meant to keep it in second there. So I know that's what you've been doing, Wolfie. Arc Raiders, yeah, I really like the look of that. The last extraction shooter I played was, well, I played a bit of Helldivers 2, but I was really into the Division 2 for a while. I really liked some of the PvP modes in that. Yeah, I've heard Arc Raiders is great. It's reasonably priced as well. It's only like €40, I think. But multiplayer games wise, I think Gran Turismo is probably enough for me for now. I'd love a good single player RPG. I'm very interested in what's it called? Crimson Desert. It's one of those ones that it almost looks too good to be true. Like, it's just the amount of mechanics and the scope of it. It just seems so big that I'm wondering if it's gonna come out and be an unoptimized flop. Like it, but it's just every kind of gameplay and teaser video they're showing for it looks really impressive. Nice. I'm sorry. What rank are you up at now, Frosty? Are you back at B yet? Yeah, Division 2 was solid. Played through the main campaign of that twice even. Once on my own, once with a friend. Really liked it. It was a COVID game for me. It's like early days of COVID. It felt like very apt to be playing it. You're DRB now and your time's still holding. Nice one. See, this is my first pole position in a while. Be my last race of the evening, everyone. So wish me luck with this one. Whoa. I'm gonna brake so hard there. Sorry about that, JD. Nearly lost it there. Maybe I shouldn't be trying anything new at this time of the night. Sorry if I've gone kind of quiet. I'm concentrating and I'm quite tired. Oh. Did park that a bit in the apex, to be fair. Wouldn't blame race leader for that. Oop, rear-ended. It's like a fair bit of chaos between third and fourth position happening in the rear view mirror there. It's a tight enough race at the front. No one's really pulled away. Too wide. That's such a shame. Yeah, we covered a bit there. Got a 2-second penalty for that. Looks like I'm okay. Oh no! JD is looking dangerous behind us as well. Nice. It was a fun race. It's a shame, just went wide there at the end, led Spawnsworth to get the move done. We were close. Like, I felt that was a race I maybe could have won on a better point tonight. My pace was a little off towards the end there, but a really enjoyable race, really nice one to go out on. But yeah, good as well. Like, we were like right up with each other for almost the entire race. I find in this one quite a lot, person in first position tends to pull ahead while second, third and fourth place battle each other. We're all right on top of each other for the majority of that race. ERP, Spawnsworth and JD, great race, lads. Short shift into second, the 90-degree turn as you hit the apex. Yeah, no, I got a lot of new things that I want to try out after tonight based on your suggestions, but like at the end there, I found myself making mistakes trying new things because I haven't had enough time to practice them and I'm getting tired. So I just decided to stick a bit to what I know towards the end there. And just unfortunately, as I said, made a few mistakes and lost the lead. But great race though. Had a lot of fun with that one. We'll hear from our barbershop quartet one more time. The lads are back testing their F1 cars tomorrow, so we'll just let them use their vocal cords one more time before I ship them back.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Alright, get out of here, lads. Come on, Alonso. Alright. Well, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in tonight. I see we got a lot of new subscribers. We had a lot of people viewing tonight and lots of busyness in the chat from some new voices. So thank you so much to all of you. Ants, who else do we have? Yako, and of course, where'd you got Umair's Journey and Gary the Fishable. So yeah, you guys are very active tonight. Thanks so much for joining in. And Wolfie, congrats on being back on the top again, man. And Hugo, hope to see you on the track next time. I'll be back again tomorrow night, same time. I'll post the link around lunchtime. It'll be in the Discord. You'll see it on YouTube scheduled, and I'll be kicking off at 8 p.m. GMT. I'm running again until about midnight. So if you enjoyed today, please join back in again tomorrow. Hope to see you on the track. I'm Clark. This is Puka GT. Have a great night. Take care, everyone.